Hey guys, welcome to another YouTube video and welcome back to another episode of BRAYTalks. This is a series where I talk about non-sporting related topics. At times showing my beautiful face. Again, sometimes I promise you, I think I've said this over and over in the series. At some point I will be doing gameplay stuff, but this time it's showing me face. This time, and it's time to obviously bring back. It's time for soap talk, which is basically me blabbing on about soap dramas for the next 45. 3/4 of an hour. So just before I start, of course, obviously start with the topics I'm going to be talking about, which is spoilers are ahead for what I'm about to say. So if any of you guys are from another part of the world, or you guys don't want to be spoiled or anything for episodes of Home and Away or Neighbours for the next few weeks, better time to shut off this video now because that's when or watch the whole video and complain about it afterwards. So whatever floats your boat, pretty much. Instead of me, talking about what episodes, talk about last week's episodes from both Home and Away and Neighbours, and also what's going to happen this week, I've found my attention to several, not just from Home and Away, but for Neighbours as well, that caught my attention over the last week here. And also give my thoughts on some storylines from both Neighbours and Home and Away. And also for Neighbours as well, I forgot to, because my apologies for not doing this last week when it came out. But there were last week there were the spoiler the Neighbours spoilers for late May to early June were revealed / released. So I'll run you through or dissect them because I've only looked at it a couple of times. See what might not happen. But yeah. You never know in there as well. So we'll start off with Home and Away. So there was an article that was released that caught my attention back a few days ago. Probably close to around the weekend. Which caught my attention on one of my reliable sites I've got for spoilers of not only Home and Away but Neighbours in Back to the Bay, and it had this title of Home and Away spoilers: Who's Getting Engaged? And I thought, you've got my attention. You've got my attention clearly. So if you guys haven't read the article, go on and find it. Go on Google and find it and read it because it's a very good read. Or you just don't want to bother and just listen to me read it, which is So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the first part of the article and then get a list, and then there's a full list here of people, list of couples, current couples, now former couples for this here, so pretty much, and plus also the news of a new character coming into Summer Bay very soon, as well. Which ties in very well to the recent ties into two characters who've recently to a brother and sister character who have had a serious falling out over the course of this past week, which I'll get to that in a bit. So I'll read this right here. So here we go. Home and Away spoilers: Who's getting engaged? coming up on home and away. I'm actually gonna pull this in further here so I can actually don't look over there. I'm gonna look down here. So as I said, if I look down here, I'm looking at this here clearly as you can see. Coming up on home and away, hot on the heels of Leah and Justin's wedding. That was actually a very, very amazing wedding, by the way, which it just exceeded all of probably not just mine but every home and away fan's expectations about I call it the wedding of the year. I think it's going to be it, definitely. But there might be another contender for wedding of the year maybe very soon, judging by this article. It looks like as though another Summer Bay couple could be about to tie the knot. Plus, could we about to meet another of Eden's siblings? We already know about Levi. That apparently there's going to be another fowler that's going to enter into Summer Bay. First it was Eden, then it was Levi, and now it's going to be someone else, which I'll get to later. Filming in Palm Beach in mid-March, witnessed by the Back to the Bay team, saw a large number of cast members attending the celebratory gathering on the beach. We can reveal that as the day went on, whispers on set indicated that the gathering in question was in fact an engagement party, which we anticipate will be airing around August, September, depending on scheduling. So, because this was filmed in March, so if it's true, that's going to be airing in August or September. If it's true, then March, April, May, June, July, August, around 5 to 6 months. It said, depends on scheduling, which around the same time really that Neighbours episodes airs. Like I remember back when Neighbours was purely on television, not before Amazon picked it up. I think they were producing the time between producing episodes and airing them was 7 months. I think it was the same time as well with Home and Away back before the pandemic. I think it was basically around about 7 months. And now with the pandemic, it's now shortened to 5 months. So that's pretty good there. Moving on. But with a whopping 12 known cast members present, all of whom are either together or have a romantic history with one another, or could the couple in question be? Here are the possible candidates, whilst always a surefire indication. Yeah. Okay, so the first one is Bree and Remy, because obviously recently they broke up because Remy, obviously he almost died in that freaking crash, in that freaking motorbike crash that was a part of the 2023 finale, and he was getting on the bike a bit too soon in his recovery, and basically Bree, to the point where Bree was like, gave the ultimatum. He gave the ultimatum of it's the bike or me, and I know straight away. I've seen too many times. Ultimatums are bad for a relationship. I've seen it time and time again. In all soap dramas in my time, that if an ultimatum is placed in the relationship, it'll be the kiss of death in the relationship, pretty much. I've seen it so many times. More recently, I've seen it, and it doesn't go down well. And on this occasion, it didn't. It ended up Remy ended up choosing Black over Bree, and it ended their relationship. Now, in recent weeks, Remy's had been involved in a fling with Stevie Marlowe, who is played by Catherine Van Davies. Which quite interesting, really. An actress as an actress on Home and Away, quite interesting, really. But yeah. But then and then Bree, you saw Bree. Who was it? Kirby. That helped Bree in moving on. Of all people, obviously a former band member of Remy, helping Bree out with moving on from Remy. So that's quite strange, mind you. And yeah, so pretty much, and then as Stevie's film, a movie was what do you call it? Production, movie production was apparently set to be in one stage, but she convinced the company that was in charge of making this movie to basically move the movie production to Summer Bay, and that also, including, of course, her hiring Cash full time as, her security guard, pretty much, because obviously she saw how good Cash was at his job. At first, he turned it down, but eventually accepted the job. So yeah, pretty much not surprising, really, for Cash. Back on topic. The one guy that Bree ends up meeting is this guy Nelson, who's played by Majish Jadoo. I think I butchered. I think I got that one wrong. But who is actually the director of the movie that Stevie is going to be in, and how appropriately he and Bree end up meeting and just recently began this romance and that, and yeah, so pretty much yeah. But looking at these photos here that I'm looking at right now from this actual, engagement party scene, it does look like that they are back together, I think. I don't know. But there's one thing it says here is that apparently the word is that this movie shoot apparently ends in tragedy, apparently. So yeah, and then it says here that Bree and Nelson the relationship seemed to be doomed from the start. So yeah, so it looks like maybe Bree and Remy might soon be back together. I think, but yeah, Bree. So it said here at the end here is Bree wearing an engagement ring. We can confirm that is no, so it's not them. Levi and Mackenzie. Oh, where do I start with this? Where do I start? Where do I start? So basically, of course, started back when obviously where Mackenzie had her heart problems, and it sort of, it didn't seem out of the ordinary, really. It wasn't until the second week back, or actually the end of the first week, where Xander had organised this whole thing. I can't remember what it was called, that he organised. And basically, I remember that because Mac was basically going like, it was basically going like, I don't want to go, and then Levi's like, if you're not going, I'm not going. Simple as that. Even though Xander asked him to do a speech at this event. Eventually, she caved, she went, all well and good, pretty much. It was the end of it, though, when he transferred her back to hospital, because it was a day past, obviously, was how she got to the event. That changed things, where pretty much you could tell that she acted differently this time around Levi, and then boom, she kissed him, and you could tell by the look on Mackenzie's face that she's pretty proud of it. But Levi wasn't. It wasn't, and it was later revealed that he is married. He is married to Imogen. So yeah, but then that kiss just not necessarily freaked the heck out of Levi, but it just gave him like, that's changed me. I'm married. But that's changed things. This whole thing with Mackenzie's changed things, and sure enough, it has. Sure enough, it did, and they embarked on a secret romance, which clearly Marley and Tane weren't exactly too happy about, especially Marley. But yeah, and then and it was all well and good. Obviously, there were a few ups and downs. Obviously, during this period, where almost at times they almost got caught. Until about a few weeks ago, when Eden caught them lip locking, and she went berserk. Not only went berserk at Levi and Mac, but she also went berserk at Marley for in my opinion at least, letting this happen and letting him stay letting Levi stay at their house. Letting Levi, and it clearly. Everybody wasn't happy about it. Remy wasn't too happy about it. Cash especially wasn't happy about it. Particularly, it's involved his girlfriend's brother. So pretty much, yeah. Not surprisingly, he's not happy. And eventually, Levi did return home and revealed to his wife Imogen that him having an affair, and immediately kicked him out of the house. Immediately. And then and that's when it all ended there. And he's gone back to the farmhouse, and that's where he's been living ever since. So yeah. So the question would be, when would the divorce be finalized? Probably not until way later, pretty much, because those things traditionally take a long time. Those divorce things. So anyways, it says here it asks here, is Mackenzie wearing an engagement ring? That confirms no, and I was gonna say no to it anyways, because basically, I don't think Levi would go into that exact same situation again, literally months after ending his other marriage, and then moving on to another one. I don't think anybody in Summer Bay would be too happy about it. Let's put it that way. But yeah, so Levi and Mackenzie, that is a no. Next up, Tane and Felicity. Here we go. So a couple who had already wed, but broke up most recently because two different things. Well, not two different things, but two different mindsets. Tane basically wanted kids. Flick doesn't, and basically to hide that for Felicity to hide that. She basically had to lie and did a freaking white lie to Tane, and when he found out, he was not happy about it, and clearly broke up straight up, and apparently and for all this time, Flick has been trying to be the one that's basically trying to believe that she and Tane could get back together, while Tane has basically been there's no way, pretty much, but so basically basically this week was the first time really where it was signs that Felicity has moved on from Tane. Sleeping with none other than Tane's lawyer. Oh, gee, when I found that out, oh, wow, I was like, holy shit. He is not going to be happy with this. Of all people for Flick to move on from him with, it's his lawyer. Jesus Christ. But, but obviously you're saying lawyer, obviously he was, he got arrested for abducting, that baby that was, that had no mother, for a while. They kidnapped that out of the hospital. Accidentally, Dana was accidentally, I say accidentally to blame because, she didn't expect him to freaking bloody take her out of the hospital like that, pretty much. But anyways, so that's how he's basically ended up with a lawyer, and he's possibly going to face jail time for it, basically. But judging by these photos, I think he avoids jail time because so let me read this here. So whilst fans of social media who witnessed filming have linked Flick to a new character played by Joshua Orpin, which that character is, we still don't know what this new character's name is. We still don't know about that. I think over the course of the next month or two, we'll probably figure that out. It says here, our pictures show Flick and Tane looking quite cozy towards the end of this particular afternoon of filming, as they slow dance together. So maybe is this a scene? This may be the scene where this could be the thing of where, because I remember way back in the trailer for this 2020 for Home and Away in 2024, there was a huge emphasis a few of Tane and Felicity, and Tane saying, saying to, I think it was Harper, saying that I need to just move on from her or something like that. So, and I've always wondered why was that part of the trailer before the season began, or actually featured during the summer, during the Christmas New Year break. And And now I know what it means. There's a possibility that maybe this, and seeing this, I think I know what it means. It could mean that they could get back together. Could they get remarried? We don't know. We have to find out in the second half of the year. But it does says here, could there be a reconciliation on the cards? I think there might be. You know, look at these photos here. There might be the chance. There might be a slight chance that that reconciliation might happen between these two. Who knows? But going to the question here, is Felicity wearing an engagement ring? We can confirm no. So it's not. So it is not Tane. It's not Tane and Felicity. Move on to the next couple, or in this case, ex-couple, in Theo and Kirby. So these two, they were together for long periods, and then had a falling out, and their relationship ended. But they've been, I don't know. Like, let me just put this away. I don't know what to think of them, to be honest. Like, I know they're bandmates, obviously. Well, recently Theo, because of problems with his mental health and that, which I'll get to in a bit, has said, "Oh, I don't want to, you know, I want to, you know, take a break from the band for a while and that sort of stuff." Yeah, but I know they're bandmates, but so they've also been close friends as well. Especially after this whole, especially when last year when she was on her own as a solo artist, then when she officially came back to Lyric, I mean, Lyric's been through the ringer ever since the band's came to Summer Bay. It's been through the ringer. Let's put it lightly. But yeah, and then basically, but that close friendship as well. That's that had a few wobbly points. In that, of course, obviously, he's of course Theo's recent relationship with Valerie. We all know that how that went down. So yeah, and that involved, and we all know how that went down. That involved drugs. And the pair have pretty much ever since, pretty much. But yeah, so we don't know. Oh, excuse me. So as I get a drink here, and we still and so yeah, but you never know with this year. With this year, Valerie might come back at some point. We don't know, or she might never come back. We don't know. But it said here, scenes filmed Theo Kirby were enjoying their time at the party, the buffet table, yada yada. They couldn't help it. And they told up with snacks, yada yada. There's nothing although there's nothing we saw during the afternoon that suggested that the two were anything more than friends. So yeah, but there was a rumor that swirled around that Theo might have a new love interest. That's not Kirby. Who let's just say which that character will be revealed later. Revealed a bit later. So yeah. So nonetheless, question anyways, is Kirby wearing a wedding ring? No, that's it. So move on from there. Here we go. Xander and Dana. Where do I start with these two? where do I start with these? Well, starters basically, it was basically all started with that freaking with that night at Salt that Xander planned, and then basically Dana tried to set Xander up on a date with Harper, which sort of worked, but didn't end up quite as well as she expected. Then later that week, Xander said some things to Dana, which made her went, hang on, I have a crush on this guy. and sure enough, Rose, not surprisingly, caught up on it. It basically said, oh, you have a crush on my brother. And the way that she tried to keep that was freaking hilarious as well. Then sort of nothing there really. Eventually, Irene and Harper pieced it together really who this crush that Dana had was, and it was Xander. At first, Xander turned her down, and then afterwards, they were sort of back to being, good friends basically. And then I think what changed things was they hilariously volunteered for this whole celebratory thing, wedding celebratory thing with John, which was absolutely hilarious, absolutely funny, to be honest. But yeah, and then so that's when her crush on him probably just it reignited again. It reignited again. And then just as when that happened, all hell breaks loose when Dana is on Rose's case, trying to see whether Harper will be charged with, of course, helping Tane with the abduction of the baby, and let's just say Xander as the brother was not too happy about that, and basically accused her of sticking her nose into where it isn't, and Dana didn't take that too well, and then basically at the end of it, basically she went to his. As I said, she went to his, saying I'm sorry and that sort of stuff, and said a lot of stuff, and then out of the blue, my boy Xander, boom, kissed her out of the blue. And I was like, and it didn't stop there. They ended up actually sleeping together, which was like, holy shit, they ended up hooking up. And then. And let's just say she could, by the next morning, she couldn't get out of the freaking apartment quick enough. And even to the point where she was hiding behind the diner counter to hide from Xander, which was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. And what was even more funny was when she tried to go back to the apartment to get her phone back and was busted by Xander. He was like, yeah, any help down there? I was like, shit. It's like, you're busted, absolutely busted, sister. So yeah, and then there was yeah, and then eventually, they talked and that, and then eventually they became a couple. Eventually, and then basically last week they had their first date. As Xander would call it, and then it'll run into a bit of dramas this week. Obviously, apparently, as it said, apparently, if I scroll down, it's got the spoiler information for this week. It's got here. It says is Dana creating Xander, and eventually Harper will get involved because it says Harper looks out for her sister. So whatever drama involves with Xander and Dana, Harper's going to get involved. So yeah, but back on topic again. So it says here pull my laptop back on my lap for a second. It says here. So basically, do become a couple. Basically, it says here Xander was given the afternoon off barman duties during the celebrations as he and Dana enjoyed each other's company over cocktails and mingled with other guests. Are the pair heading towards the next step? Highly unlikely. Let's put it that way. Highly unlikely. Is Dana wearing an engagement ring? We confirm no. So it's not them. Now it's not them. The couple. The next couple here. One of my favorite home and away couples. Let's put it that way. Favorite one of my favorites basically ever since they got together. Was in 2023, early 2023. Favorite couple. One of my favorite couples. No, most definitely. It's Cash and Eden. So Cash and Eden first got together in September. Well, September 20. It says September 2022, but it was actually 2023 because they were basically, it was basically more of a fling, nonetheless. And then basically, So here we go. So the pair had known each other prior to their arrivals in Summer Bay, with Eden and the rest of Lyric being old friends of Flicks. When they're still friends of Flicks, still. Except for the part when Flick found out that Cash and Eden were having this fling back in late 2022, she threatened to basically end a friendship with Eden. if they ended things, which they did, by the way. And funny thing was, a few months later, she was the one that was trying to set up Cash and Eden back together again. Just few months after, she threatened Eden to either to end this fling with her brother, or their friendship ends. Still, 12 months on, I'm still confused by that. But anyways, Cash and Eden had hooked up once in the past, and they both went through different times. They decided to give in to temptation, relieve their sexual tension between them. The idea of marriage hasn't so far been on the cards. With the pair, it had a bit of a wobble when Eden played out an ill-thought-out prank on Cash following Tane and Flick's wedding, where he woke up and saw the engagement ring on Eden's finger and basically freaked the F out. Luckily, and it was actually the engagement ring he was going to give to Jasmine. Actually, when that was back when, of course, Jasmine left. It was basically because all that Sam Frost thing with all the COVID stuff and that. But that with Jasmine, he was planning on proposing to Jasmine, which that didn't work out because obviously she decided to leave Erinsborough for it. Erinsborough. Wrong show, Brayden. Wrong show. Summer Bay. Wrong show. Probably not the last time I'm going to make that mistake. Summer Bay, forever. But basically, and luckily for him, he was drunk anyways, but But yeah. However, when they woke up the next morning, Cash had no memory of the antics from the night before, and was shocked when he saw the ring on Eden's finger, thinking he had proposed. Which was no surprise that we would have been shocked and freaked out by that. Eden initially decided to go along with the idea for a laugh, but ended up being offended by Cash's panicked reaction when she couldn't get the ring off. Oh no, it didn't fit her finger, so basically they had to freaking get something to get off her finger. Now, as we approach the 2-year mark of their relationship, could Cash be looking to reaffirm his commitment to Eden by proposing? Here's the big question: is Eden wearing an engagement ring? We can confirm, yes, Eden was wearing a ring on the fourth finger on her left hand. So that is official. So it's official now. So pretty much, if there is an engagement party, it's going to be Cash and Eden. So yeah, but you never know. Probably might be someone else. But yeah, that won't be a surprise. That's not a surprise considering they've known each other before they separately, came to Summer Bay. They even at that early stage in 2023 when Eden was involved in that freaking car accident with Flick on the way to the wedding, when she couldn't remember Cash. It was really strange how she remembered everybody else except for Cash, which were all like, can Cash at that time we all thought, can Cash really get a break at this point because he and Jasmine had just broken up. He got shot. He got shot in that bikie gang thing. He had, and with those bikies, a hit was put up on him by the bikies. He was late, and then basically, this up and down. There was this drama situation with Eden. Then he realised that he basically is in love with her. Eventually, this accident happens, and then basically, while that's going on, he got freaking kidnapped by the bikies, and they were trying to kill him, which eventually that didn't happen. And then basically, she got her memories back, and suddenly, and they were together. So that's so it's not surprising really that if, to be honest, if I was to say who out of any couple would I believe would be the next couple to get married, I always would say Cash and Eden, because looking at back, it was either them or Tane and Felicity, but I don't think Tane and Felicity, getting re-wed would probably not be ideal. But you never know. You never know in a way. But yeah, so basically, so it is confirmed that it could be Cash and Eden. If it is an engagement party, which I think it's confirmed that it is Cash and Eden. So we should get excited for that over the course of the next few months. And this is as well. To add this as well, any couple entering into an engagement in Summer Bay must do so with trepidation, given the events of the last two couples had to go through before they got to the altar. Flick and Tane, obviously, Flick would end up in a car accident. When the bike was. When the car was tampered with by the bikie gang, who originally was going to go after Cash, but unfortunately, Felicity was the one that got caught up in it. So yeah, and then with that and then Justin and Leah, they found themselves, kidnapped by the Vita Nova, by the members of that Vita Nova gang that targeted them for ages, and it pretty much almost ended their relationship pretty much. Luckily for them, they ended up sorting it out, and they're married now. So in the wedding, which was fantastic as well. But yeah. So it says here, if Cash and Eden are indeed set to be the next pair walking down the aisle, then they better keep an eye out for any further disasters that may befall themselves or their loved ones. Knowing home and away, it probably would happen. Actually, no. It should happen. Let's put it that way. This also is quite interesting as well. Whilst we've already listed out the 12 known cast members present during the shoot, actor Hayley Pinto was also on set in an as yet known role. Given her presence at the celebration, we assume that Hayley's character had a connection to either Eden or Cash, and it seemed to be confirmed that the character is spending a lot of time with Eden. Therefore, we suspect that she could in fact be Eden and Levi's younger sister. So yeah, although it's not been named on screen, both Eden and Levi have made fleeting references to their other sibling in the past months, and in the weeks since we took these photos, Hayley has been seen filming further scenes with Tristan Gorey, who plays as Levi. So yeah, with Levi setting up home in Summer Bay after splitting from Imogen, could a third Fowler sibling be about to follow suit? I think, yeah. And the rumor that I have heard is this character that Hayley Pinto is playing apparently is going to at some point going to be romantically interested in Theo. That's the one thing I saw that. Where I got it from was Instagram. Now I don't know how true that's going to be. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be true or not. Probably it is. But anyways, it's. That's also probably going to be announced as well over the next month or so of this third Fowler sibling. At some point we'll figure that out. At some point, I did see scenes of fans shot a video on scene of basically Tristan Gorey and Hayley Pinto on sets. Filming a scene, which I saw on Instagram about I think it was about a week or two ago. I found that on Instagram. So it looks like she's already. I think it looks like this was before these engagement party scenes that had been. That were seen by fans. So we don't know, exactly really, what could that entice. We don't know exactly. We don't know the name of this character. We don't know anything until basically maybe a promo comes out, on Channel 7 that explains it all pretty much. But yeah, and then the rest of the article was about basically celeb time, basically, and the home and away tour and that sort of stuff. So not important really, but not important really. But anyways, so that is pretty exciting, really. That there's going to be a second couple this year on Home and Away that will get married at some point, and I would presume, since this thing, I won't be surprised if this wedding gets pushed back towards the end of the season, or perhaps maybe make it as the finale. If it's true, I would love for that to happen pretty much, but for Home and Away fans, it's pretty exciting because we've already, off the back of obviously Justin and Leah's wedding, which that was unbelievable. Now we're gonna have another one, and I don't know if it's gonna be up there with Justin and Leah's wedding, but we'll hopefully, but. Knowing the genius of the Home and Away crew, of the show's crew, they might do it at some. They might overtake it. Yeah, no, but yeah. So yeah. Moving on to Neighbours now, and just my thoughts on, obviously, this next part of this whole deep fake hacking storyline that has been going on for the last month or two. So of course, just a bit of a quick one, obviously, of course, it all started when Harold was trash, which apparently has sort of video, apparently it was himself, which by the way, that still has not been resolved. By the way, we still don't know if that was a deep fake or not. But anyways, then a whole lot of known people that obviously neighbours with friends of Haz's get targeted. Obviously, Aaron got that call from David, which. Strange enough, he's dead, but he got a call from him, which was later confirmed to be a deep fake. And then Jane cruelly got targeted, cruelly got targeted in a way. And then just to make matters even worse, 20 grand was hacked out of Holly's bank account, and strangely was put into Haz's account for some unknown reason. He attempted it back, and then eventually Mackenzie found out that Haz has a dark past in IT, and pleaded with him to basically call the cops, but he wanted to basically do it his own way and and ask for a week to solve who it is that's doing it. And then eventually when the final straw came for Mac and she broke up with him, that's when he decided I need to tell everybody over letter, by the way, which I thought, that's a bad move, because, yeah. And not surprisingly, the one person that was pissed off was Holly. Not surprisingly, was pissed off. Even called him a gutless dog. I was like, Jesus Christ. what Jesus. calling him a gutless dog. Well, so he should. And what she said was true. That it was gutless of him to basically think he write it all this down on letter and everyone to believe him. And all of a sudden, just like that, everyone has turned against him. And he had no choice. And then basically Wade had this offer to him where he joined his own hacking company. And then basically at first he said no, but then he pulled a deep fake of a conversation that Mac had, which could potentially ruin her lawyering career. So basically, he has had no choice but to accept it. He had no choice, and eventually he was busted trying to do a run-up by Byron and Holly trying to go for take two and basically calling him a coward this time. And then Mac was all, oh, yeah. Like I'm back, rewind it back to that thing though. I get why Holly was pissed off at Haz. I get it. Because obviously she suspected straight away that it was him who did, and also this secret obviously that's kept from everybody for a while. What I didn't like was the fact that she turned her attention to Mac and basically had to go at her. And what surprised me the most was all that time when Holly had to go at Mac, I thought surely Haz would defend her and basically go, oi, do not, you can blame me, you can punch me in the face, you can do whatever you want to me, do not blame Mac. And what did he do? Said nothing. Quite literally. You look back at the episode, he said nothing. And I thought to myself, that was telling. That was telling about how the relationship is. That's what I got from that. And then fast forward back, obviously, Max said, oh, you do have a choice. He said, oh, I don't have a choice. I'm protecting Mac and that. Well, Mac's like, well, yeah, and they don't, and he said that you don't understand. Well, it's true, they don't. So why don't you just basically do it? And then about half an hour later, when Aaron, Jane, and Nicolette arrive, Byron realizes he's gone. So yeah, and we don't hear a thing about it until not last Thursday's episode, but a couple of Thursdays ago, when it looked like he was. I watched and I was like, "What the hell are you doing? You're basically signing your trip to freaking jail, buddy." And then when he pulled a hard drive out went behind Wade's back and basically plugged it into the laptop into his laptop that Wade had, and yeah, you could tell he was controlling. He was absolutely controlling as well, really. And then and it was later revealed that he was working with the police to try and take Wade down in a sting that was orchestrated and organised, I would presume, by Andrew. And I knew it straight away. I was like, when I first saw that, I was like, oh, I knew it. Because when Mac went to Andrew with her information about where Haz is, he was just all calm about it. And even Wendy was surprised about it. And then that came out, and then this came up, and I was like, that makes a lot of sense. That made a lot of sense. Because I had that in my mind, my whole mind, that maybe Haz is working with the cops to try and take Wade down. But I was like, oh, I don't know. But I was doubting that sort of thing. But I was true. But it ended up being true. It ended up being true anyways. So then basically, and straight up, Wade knew there was something up. He knew. He's not stupid. He knew something was up, and basically bolted. Haz went after him. My man Haz went after him. Same time, Mackenzie went and Carl went to this place to try and find Haz, try and track him down. Out of nowhere, boom! Mac ran him over. Mac ran him over, and then basically on the last Monday's episode, he was fine. He was in pain. It looked like he was fine. And then out of the blue, like just like that, he was knocked out, like out. And I was like, and even like I was like, I even flinched for a second, like, oh shit, holy shit, I didn't know he was gonna be out that quickly. And then basically, and again, Holly went for round 3 and basically saying bad things about Haz, pretty much. But she'll learn the hard way that probably when Andrew told her, Susan, Byron, and Sadie that has been an accident. And that's when they both saw him wheel into the freaking ambulance, into the freaking hospital, into Erinsborough Hospital. And yeah, and then this scene, I think I've watched this scene either on YouTube or social media about 30 times. I just can't stop watching it. Was when Mac entered into Haz's hospital, into the hospital room where Haz was in a coma, and then soon afterwards, Byron, Sadie, and Holly went in. Yeah. Oh God, it was just sorry. I was literally this close to tears, literally, because yeah, there was 2 things that stood out to me. 3 things stood out to me in this episode, which I'll mention later. The first thing I noticed was the first thing I definitely noticed was how bloody good was Georgie Stone in that. She was amazing. She was just she was incredible in these scenes. By the way, she was just brilliant. And the second one I noticed about these scenes was how hard was Shiv Palika trying to freaking close his eye, try not to open his eyes during these coma scenes, because what people doesn't understand is of how hard it would be to do a coma scene where you're the one that's in where your character is in a coma, because basically all you do is basically lay there and just close your eyes. If that was me, I would have freaking gone to freaking sleep. straight up. I would have gone. It would have been hard for me to freaking not properly close your eyes and freaking sleep. I would be, as I said, I would be freaking asleep if that was me. But that's just me being no good at freaking acting. So yeah. But those were the 2 things I noticed in that straight away. Straight away, Holly was basically straight away regretted basically saying those bad things. She's like, she went from pretty much very quickly of I hope he gets caught by a tough guy of all things, to I said those things, I didn't mean them, I forgive you, and that sort of stuff. Yeah, so yeah, and then basically yeah. And then the second best scene was when Sadie and Holly confronted Wade. I knew it straight away. It was gonna be confrontational, and it was. It was too. And from, I mean, that scene. I mean, I've always sang praise of Lucinda Armstrong Hall as Holly, but that she showed her badass side of this, of you're not messing with my friends and send one of my other friend who is undoubtedly my ex-boyfriend into hospital. Without getting away with it, without me saying something. And yeah, so yeah, and the one thing the end of it was, one thing I remember was the ending where she said, you bet you get a regret it, trying to get into the fake world, because reality's gonna hit. It's gonna pack a punch. As I said, she's small, but as she said, use some of the words she said, she really does pack a punch, even though she's small. Yeah, which is insane, really. But yeah, so yeah, and also to mention as well about just to mention as well about Stephen Phillips, who played as Wade. He played very well this babyface / villain type of guy. I know babyface and villain normally don't go together in drama shows. But it is. He showed signs of basically like this guy that basically was the victim of Haz's past, of his past crimes. Yet at the same time, the villain where he basically targeted some of Haz's friends, pretty much. Sending Aaron. Well, calling Aaron as David, which is absolutely horrifying, to be honest. Then that disgusting deep fake of Jane as well, and then basically hacking into Holly's bank account, stealing her 20 grand, putting in the Haz's account for everybody that he'd done it. But in actual fact, Wade did it. So yeah. So pretty much. Yeah. So yeah, and then obviously we all know what happens over the course of the next few weeks. Obviously, Haz gonna be in a coma and all that sort of stuff. But there was one article I noticed here, which I haven't seen a lot of, but it has had a lot of Neighbours based related articles, and it was from Entertainment Focus, which put this article, and it said, which got me interested. It said, "Is it time to reset Haz's character on Neighbours?" So I'm not going to read the first part of it because I already heard you with this, but okay, with what it says here, with Haz in a coma, look at it. Let me just pull this here. With Haz in a coma and looking likely to pull through, we have to ask now if now it would be a good time for the character for it to have a total reset. Here we go. Haz has turned into a completely different person. The nice guy we met when Neighbours returned to our screens has been replaced by someone with a shady past and plenty of secrets. He feels like a totally different character, doesn't he? Yes, he does. After months of pinning over Mackenzie, Haz seemingly becomes someone completely different once they got together. His heart-wrenching storyline with Trevor was put on the back burner, and all of a sudden, viewers discovered that Haz had a hacking background and involved ruining people's lives. So yeah, so I definitely do agree that he's definitely turned into a different person and all that. So yeah, but here we go. So here it is. We want Mr. Nice Guy Haz back. With Wade in police custody and Haz almost losing his life, we hope the writers will take the character back to his nice guy roots. Honestly, we've struggled to believe that he'd be capable of the things that have been revealed, and we much prefer Haz when he was just the neighborhood nice guy. his storyline with Trevor has been a highlight of the revival, and we want his romance with Mac to stand a chance of actually going the distance. It's time to put his hacking and shady past behind him. I hope they do that. I hope that the Neighbours writers do that. I hope it happens, because at the end of the day, doesn't everybody really have a dark past that they're ashamed of? Really? I mean, seriously. Like, yeah, yes, he has a past, but talking about that friendship group of him, Mac, Byron, Sadie, and Holly, and Krista as well, if you think about it as well. Doesn't that bring them closer to Haz now that they know everything about him? Am I like confused for saying that? Surely now they now look closer to him now, because obviously they know about his past. So yeah. The storyline with Trevor going away, that was definitely a highlight. It was definitely a highlight for me, basically, because I thought at one stage Trevor was not gonna come back, because I love Trevor, and I also, by the way, I love the episode where Byron and Sadie try to sneak Trevor into hospital to see Haz. It just shows how cute Byron and Sadie are together. It just shows how cute they are together. Let's put it that way. So yeah, with chance of Mac going the distance, it depends on what this secret is that Mac is keeping from Haz. I don't know, but it might have something to do with what I found next on TV Week, which I discovered last week. Quickly running out of water here, but anyways. And I definitely agree it's time to put his hacking and shady past behind him. Like everybody has a shady past, let's put it that way. So yeah. Will we get the Haz we want? This remains up in the air, as previews for upcoming episodes show that Haz's sister Amira arrives in Erinsborough, and she seems like a tough cookie. No shit there. This will inevitably mean the huge question mark we have over Haz's family is about to be answered. But will we like what we find out? Our guess is there are more revelations coming about Haz, but honestly, we'd rather he go on with running Harold's and revert back to that nice guy we met when the show returned last year. Definitely agree with that first point. But in my opinion, Elle said a moment ago, the more revelations get revealed about Haz, the better, to be honest. Because that would mean it would be better for everybody around him, and also better for him himself, because obviously he doesn't need to keep these secrets anymore. So yeah, and it leads me to wonder here. I wonder in the second half of the year, I wonder if at some point there will be more of the Devka family that would see Haz at Erinsborough. Maybe his brother, maybe his parents, as well. We don't know what the plan is on that. We'll probably figure that out over the next month or so. Because I'll presume that there will be articles and that will be about the 10 storylines about the second half of the year and that sort of shit. So yeah, that's but I think for me, like I would love because I'm gonna get to the spoilers for late May to early June, But when the mid-June episodes come out, because I'm recording this on a Monday, usually these come out every second Monday. They usually come out. This latest one, I would love to see him, you know, it says, but this week it says Mackenzie rights some wrongs. I would love to see Has right some wrongs as well. And this is the perfect, and that will be the perfect opportunity to make this Mr. Nice Guy, Mr. Nice Guy Has back. So pretty much, yeah. Like, I don't know what he would do with Jane and Aaron, so to speak. But with Holly, I do have a bit of a plan on that actually. But yeah, like, I would love to see, you know, that, because you know Holly with that 20 grand, she was planning on buying a car, and she already had an eyes on a car that she wanted to get. What I would love to see is that return, basically that car that she wants, that is already sold, and she's already upset about it. Has is saying, oh, I'm sorry, is guilty about it, because obviously, you know, because obviously his past basically is the reason why she can't get this money. If you can't get this car, if you think about it, obviously, because Wade obviously hacked into her bank account, stole her 20 grand, put into Haz's account, as I said, thinking that everybody, again, as I said, blamed Haz for it, when it actually wasn't. So yeah, and then basically Byron is suspicious, is like, oh, what are you doing? He's thinking maybe he's hacking again. But as it turns out, that Haz goes on another site, the same car that Holly gets, and basically, and then basically by this stage, you know, Holly's still upset about it, you know, still down over it. Next thing you know, beep beep, out the front of number 28. Lo and behold, there's the car out front. Lo and behold, there's the car out front. So yeah, so pretty much, and maybe there's a notice there, which remains anonymous, but we all know who it is. It's basically Has. It's basically done it. So that's my idea. I don't know what he would do with Jane and Aaron, but anyways, but yeah. So I think for me that I think it's time really to bring that nice guy Has back, because it looks like that he will, you know, at some point recover from his coma and that, from his injuries and that. Even though it's said in this episode, today as I'm recording this, apparently Remy told Carl that he has a long recovery ahead of him. Although I saw pictures of him and Amira at number 32, with him looking fine and dandy. So I don't know why that's the case really there. So yeah, finally, and then also, by the way, I mentioned earlier about this secret that Mac's keeping from Has. So yeah, so I'll try and find it. So because I've been on this one where it says about Amira coming in. Let me try and find it. It's somewhere here. Oh, here we go. Hopefully it's here. Hopefully. No, it's not. I don't think it is. No, I don't think it is. I think it's the resumption of another one. I think I think it was that. Yeah, it was. So if I scroll down here, no, I don't want that. Scroll down. There we go. So hang on. Here we go. So now, so basically it says here, obviously now as Mackenzie obviously is distressed about the thought of losing Has, Holly notices something off of her demeanour. What is she hiding? Well, this is the interview that Georgie Stone had with TV Week, and she said Mackenzie is definitely reaching breaking point, but having something to distract from her guilt, from her fear and guilt. Let me just pull this side here. Yeah, and guilt is something that's keeping her going right now. Exhaustion is easier than facing up to her complicated emotions. Holly walks in on the tail end of Mackenzie apologising to an unconscious Has and assures her not to be sorry, assuming it's about the accident in which Mackenzie is at fault. But Holly is left wondering if there was more to the emotional charged apology. Could it be that she's not over the death of her husband Hendrix, or has she done something that might come to light if and when Has wakes? So I think it's more than likely the former. I think. But I think I figured out what it would be, because there was, going back a few weeks, there was a deep fake that came out that Wade sent to Has, that was from Mackenzie's, which was an email from Mackenzie, which was sent to Harlow, that said, I won't love Has the same way as I did with Hendrix. And that immediately distressed Has, and he point blank asked her about this, and she said point blank that it's a fake. I get a feeling now. I've got a hunch that wasn't fake. It was real. I get a feeling, and like like the other one. There's the C word that ends in ing. The C that ends in ing. I don't think she'd be capable of doing that anyways. But what Georgie Stone says after this is what basically leads me into this direction of basically the former, not the latter, in that previous paragraph. Mackenzie's love for Has is absolutely genuine, and his presence in her life pulled Mac out of her grief. But I do believe that if Hendrix was still alive, they would have been together forever. He was probably the love of her life. Huge emphasis on the word was. So I don't know. Like, we might have to find out later this week through watching the episodes themselves what this secret is, because I've read articles everywhere. There's nothing about it. There's literally nothing about this so-called secret. We still don't know. That is pretty tightly. I've read everywhere. I've read every single entertainment news outlet there is. There's nothing about this. It contains the Neighbours. There's nothing that could contain about this secret. Still nothing. So, as I said, we pretty much would have to wait until until that episode until the episode where she does reveal it to Holly, which I must admit, I find it weird and a bit suspicious that when the chances of Mac relationship / them getting back together is uncertain. Guess who steps in this situation? Holly. I find it suspicious. Let's be honest. I find it suspicious. Find it weird and suspicious that these three were involved in this friggin' love triangle back at the end of last year, and that Mac and Holly were at each other's throats over Haz. 5 months later, when it looks like all is over between these two, between Haz and Mac, Holly steps in and is the one that basically that Mac talks to. I find that weird and a bit suspicious. Let's put it that way. That's all I can say on that. Finally, just quickly, before to end this episode, the spoilers for late May and early June. I'm going to read these out here. So here we go. Neighbours has released new, well, not new now because they're a week old now. New spoilers and photos for late May and early June. As Rising's grand opening is Sabotage, Harold returns, I can't wait for that, and Jane disappoints her family. The show recently revealed that Harold had bought a unit in the brand new Rising retirement village, and that he'd be making his return to the regular cast on Tuesday, the 28th of May. New photos show smiles all around as Susan, Carl, Toadie, and Toadie welcome the local celebrity back to Erinsborough and help him move into his new apartment. However, all may not be well with old Jelly Belly. In early June, Carl is suspicious of an invasive Harold, suggesting that the returnee may be hiding something yet again. Maybe something to do with his health, I don't know. As the retirement village is officially opened on the grounds of Erinsborough High, Susan and Therese are flanked by pupils from the school. That it looks like, including Dex as well, as locals and the community's new residents gather to celebrate. They have no idea that a liquid threat looms large. More details, which were recently revealed in the dramatic trailer for the months ahead, which was released about a few weeks ago now. I need water. Here we go. Leo is planning to launch his new wine brand at the event, but the promo, which you can see below as this article here that I saw a mysterious figure enter the vineyard and inject some of the bottles with an unknown substance. Sergeant Andrew Rodwell was seen telling Leo there's been another poisoning. Before the promo show Nell shouting for help after someone near her collapsed. As the residents of Erinsborough rallied together after the tragic event on Wednesday the 29th of May, just who is targeting Therese's big event? Whoever it is, it could be someone known to Leo, with the spoilers Tuesday, the 4th of June, revealed that a familiar face may be behind his troubles. So, I wonder if it has something to do with Mannix, because he had, or maybe the Renshaws, I don't know, but we don't know about that, anything about that anyways. We'll probably figure that out over the next few weeks. Excuse me. The revelation doesn't make things any easier though, as Leo faces losing everything the following day, while he spirals as his life continues to implode. On the Thursday, the 6th of June. The recent promo also suggested that his relationship woes are set to continue as he and ex-girlfriend Krista have a tense standoff in Lassiter's. However, pictures from the opening of Airing Rising show him and Krista arm in arm, suggesting that Leo may have found some happiness in store in the coming months. Thank goodness for that, really. The poisoning isn't the only thing threatening Airing Rising's launch, as Susan and Therese continue to clash. Susan recently took up Therese's offer to be the complex's operations manager, but this week's episodes will see Susan grow frustrated from the get-go as she struggles with Therese's management style. This seems the disagreements are set to continue as Susan issues an ultimatum on Wednesday, the 29th of May, before Susan and Therese give voice to their concerns the following day. This month will also see the arrival of Jane Harris's ex-husband, Victor Stone, who turns up unannounced on Tuesday, the 14th of May, which is, by the way, tomorrow as I'm recording this, by the way, and most likely when it's going to come out. Nicolette is happy to see her dad, but both Jane and Byron, however, are both out by his sudden reappearance, with Sadie soon discovering that he's harboring a secret. On Monday the 27th of May, Byron struggles with his conflicting emotions, suggesting that he's still coming to terms with his absent father's presence on Ramsey Street. His name. However, the past is soon forgotten, as Vic is set to bond with his children in upcoming episodes. But will Jane end up softening towards her ex-husband too? Her current fiancé Mike hasn't been seen for months, having extended his motorcycle tour of the UK on a number of occasions, despite Jane really needing his support as she battled to save Erinsborough High. The new episodes reveal that Jane disappoints her family in the episode airing Thursday the 6th of June. The photos show Jane and Victor appearing to grow close, with Vic holding Jane's hand as Mike's daughter Sam watches on in shock. Is plain Jane Superbrain about to do the unthinkable and betray childhood sweetheart Mike? I won't be surprised by that. The next few weeks also sees the arrival of Haz's sister Amira, who clashes with Mackenzie when she arrives to visit her brother in hospital. Thankfully, the new photos reveal that Haz makes a full recovery, as he is seen pictured with his sister on the sofa at the number 32 share house. It seems Mac's feud with Amira is set to continue into June, as the share house deals with an awkward dynamic before Mackenzie's patience wear thin in the episode on Monday the 3rd of June. The following day, Mackenzie tries to make amends, though it's not clear whether it is with Amira or with Haz, who she broke up with shortly before the incident, which saw her knock him down with her car. Elsewhere, Elsewhere, there could be a possibility elsewhere there could possibly be an end in sight to Poogate, whereas Carl and Aaron make an unpleasant discovery on Tuesday the 28th of May, while Carl scrambles to clear his name on Wednesday the 5th of June. There's also drama in store for Nell. She and troubled teen JJ are stuck in teen misery at the end of the month before Nell embraces her rebellious streak in early June. With things finally looking up for Toadie and Therese, is the Toad about to have yet more drama to deal with thanks to his rebellious daughter? Probably, most likely. Here we go, here's the episode. So I'll get through this very quickly because we're about over an hour and a half in this video, by the way. Monday the 27th of May. Now, JJ and Nell are stuck in teen misery. Byron struggles with his conflicting emotions. Therese finds herself on the wrong end of an assumption. Tuesday the 28th of May. A local celebrity makes their return as Erin Rising opens. That would be Harold. Carl and Aaron make an unpleasant discovery. A liquid threat looms large. Very good on that front. Let's scroll down again. More photos. More photos here. There's Susan and Therese. I know what that will be about. There with Nell. Everybody else at the Erin Rising opening. Erin Rising opening. Toadie and Nell again. Leo and Krista arm in arm. That's what I like to see. Carl and Susan. What looks like to be a slightly unhappy Harold for some reason. For some reason, also I don't know why it looks like Harold's wearing different glasses in one shot than he is in different. I don't know. Toadie, Carl, and Harold together at Erin Rising opening. Carl, Susan, and Harold again. This time Carl and Aaron. JJ standing up. I don't know why, but I think I know. Maybe he's helped out Leo for something. I don't know. I don't know. More of the Erin Rising opening. More of Harold tasting some wine. More. Okay, let's move on from that now. Thank Christ. Wednesday the 29th of May. The residents of Erinsborough rally together after a tragic event. Susan issues an ultimatum. Vic bonds with his children. Ironically, over mini golf. What a way to bond with your children over mini golf. Why the hell not? Pretty much. So, and it looks like volleyball too. So yeah. But yeah. Harold looks suspicious about. There's a very funny shaped glasses there, which is freaking hilarious. Anyways, they're seeing Nell consulting JJ. Probably he's probably done wrong there. Probably most likely. Thursday the 30th of May. Susan and Therese give voice to their concerns. The share house deals with an awkward dynamic. Vic's meddling backfires, which I presume that meddling would have to be something to do with Jane. And the share house deals with an awkward dynamic. I presumably that has something to do with Amira that has something to do with Haz allowing Amira to stay at the share house. So yeah, probably most likely, yeah. Monday the 3rd of June. Byron and Nicolette try to patch things up with patch up their father's mistakes. Mackenzie's patience wears Finn. Is there another thing in this? No, there's not. So only just 2. So yeah, so photos here. Scroll back up here. So yeah, so it looks like. So it looks like it has in Mac. It looks like it was just one. Maybe just him. Just maybe him reassuring her about the things, maybe about the relationship and that sort of thing. I love this one. It looks like you can tell that it has in a mirror a brother and sister because and it looks like a mirror maybe showing has some childhood photos of him, possibly. They both have their feet on the freaking table. That's freaking funny, pretty much. And of course it's not unusual, and it's not basically a situation like this without Mac talking to Holly about something. Most likely, probably about Amira's presence. So yeah. But this one's strange though. I find it strange though. It's about Max. I'm trying to work it out though. I don't know, but anyways, can't put my finger on it. But anyways, but as I said earlier, I find it strange that out of all people that is getting into the whole mess of things between Haz and Mac when that relationship is probably at its most uncertain, Holly ends up being that person. I find it strange and a bit suspicious. Let's put it that way. Vic, back on the photos, and Vic there with Nicolette. More of Vic and Jane with Sam and Mrs. Mengel in the background as well. That's more of that. Okay. So yeah, Tuesday the 4th of June. Leo suspects a familiar face may be behind his troubles. Mackenzie tries to make amends. We don't know with. I would presume it has to be with Amira or with Amira or with Haz. And Nell embraces her rebellious streak. Wednesday the 5th of June. Toadie doubles down whilst Nell makes an admission. I wonder what that admission is. We'll probably find out soon. Thursday the 6th of June. Leo spirals as his life continues to implode. Carl is suspicious of an invasive Harold. This has something to do with this whole Poogate thing. And Jane disappoints her family. As photos here. More of the Stone family. More of Jane and Vic. A bit of Byron. And that's it. Until the most recent episode. So yeah. So pretty interesting. So judging by that, it's going to be pretty interesting on Neighbours over the next few weeks. Now next week, as I'm recording this on Monday, will be when the next lot of spoilers for mid-May will come out, which would be which one was it? So which ones were? This was 6th of June. So if I go to my calendar here, June the 6th, it'll be from the 10th. It will be episodes from the 10th of June to the 20th of June. So those will get revealed most likely next week as well. And and that's when we'll know more about about all this sort of stuff about, you know, what's Victor's, you know, secret, you know, what's who's Mackenzie making amends for. Most likely either be Has or Amira. A lot of other stuff. What's this rebellious stuff that JJ and Nell get up to? We don't know, but yeah. So yeah, we're almost at an hour and 45 minutes of this video. So I better end this now because at the time now it's basically almost 10:30. So I need to end this video now. But yeah. So like this video. If you watch this all the way through, I applaud you. Applaud you for watching this for so long. You must be a big fan of Neighbours and Home and Away, or a big fan of my blabbing mouth to watch for this long. But anyways, like this video, share to anybody who's a Neighbours and Home and Away fan. Comment down below. Are you excited for what's to come over for Neighbours and Home and Away over the next few months? And lastly, somewhere down there, click on the big red button just labeled subscribe. But until next time, guys, I'll see yous all later.